Ladies and gentlemen, I've finally cleared my hard drive of all the useless nonsense, so let's get back to recording Planetside. It's time once again to get back into the most unreasonable video game you've ever seen, the best RTS on the market. Well, I mean, look, it really comes down to preference, but we're here to enjoy it all the same. It's a little rotato with Legion action today, and we're going to be spawning in as the Yellow Commander. 23 OS as of late. I'm kind of a baller, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, look at me, 23 OS, let's freaking go. This map is kind of scary. Starting on this ridge, I really didn't know what to do. This is the fun of Rotato maps, like, how in the world are you going to make things work? And I ended up making things work. I was pretty happy, and I'm excited to show you how, and maybe talk about what the enemy could have done to really stop me. So, first of all, it is Rotato, so who even knows what the name of the map is? Welcome to Whitefire Remake 1.3. As we speed up and start seeing some of the early combat. So what's interesting about this map is that it's very sectioned off. These ridges make a very, very big difference in allowing players to section off areas, hold areas, and so it's going to be key to maintain the ridges, right? If the enemy gets onto your ridge, if the enemy gets onto our ridge, then we're going to be in big trouble. We've got a tick coming through right now, kind of my bad, but Kitty no is taking care of it. Silly wheelies. Goblins, but on wheel. Incredible, incredible. So, playing Legion because I think Legion's fun. I think Phobos were not the right choice this game. I think I wish I had Ballistas or probably not Kirkinos. I really don't know when I've ever been like, man, I wish I had Garkinos. It's kind of, what's the unit I'm thinking of? It's the Legion tank that shoots the LLT laser, right? The yellow heat laser that stays in position for a few seconds and kind of fries. So the Kirkinos has its shotgun and then that laser, and I just don't think it's very good. I mean, at 120 to 160 DPS, it's just so outclassed by everything. The ballista and its high damage missile, because everything is just more mobile than it. Everything kind of has longer range than it. Right, because you can't really do the full DPS unless your laser and your shotgun are hitting. So I've never really felt like I like the Karkinos. I don't know if anybody in the comments has ever felt any different, but that's how I feel. But the Phobos are trying to hold right now. My micro's pretty lame, all in all. What are you gonna do? I'm trying to build shit. We ignore the fact that I took my tier 1 con off of building this. I could have probably also taken this one. Looks like I should have. Because Ally took a while to get there. He sent his constructor over here to start building me LLTs, which came in very handy. My decision was tanks. I love the Lances. I think the Lances are the new Decurions because they function very similarly to tier 1 artillery, right? Where it's high damage with extreme range. The range on these is 650 versus 500 on a rocket bot. Now, of course, I'm just letting them die like a scrub, but you gotta number them up a little bit, run them back and forth, side to side, and just sort of the guaranteed hits over and over really feel great. Now, obviously, we have the advantage of the high ground, so the problem with rocket bots even still is shooting up this relatively extreme high ground is just so difficult. So now I have 4 lances, and I think this is actually enough to just like, look at that, take out an LLT, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, LLT deleted. And that just feels way better than rocket bots, wouldn't you say? And oh god, look at this. Disgusting. Aiming completely at nothing, literally nothing. What are you shooting at, fool? Always got to make sure to run them around and around. Now, the point of today's video is resource efficiency. I can't wait to show you guys my stat, and I was kind of thinking about it in this game, right? So, and that's kind of why I think these units are somewhat OP. Always trying to repair stuff. Uh, my macroing still kind of sucks, right? Like, I just kind of set some guys to do some stuff. I have way too much energy. We have way too much energy. Like, look at this. Dark Red is scaling like a madman. But I'm starting to kind of mix it up a little bit to get some of these Helioses in, right? These guys kind of are LLTs on wheels, which is really nice. Always be healing, always be healing. Lances coming right back up. So on the other side, they're actually putting up a much better fight than we are, although with a somewhat similar composition, right? They've got these 10 Wolverines with some medium tanks. And I just, the problem is that if those were all medium tanks, you'd be having much better effect right now, and the Wolverines just sort of start falling over. But the Dragon's Maw turret, probably the fucking best. I mean, it's the best thing in the game. At this time, if it just gets to shoot at enemies, 344 damage a second guaranteed. It's just nuts. It is just nuts, right? Because like brutes miss all the time, so their DPS isn't even guaranteed. But this is also why I like the lances, because their DPS is technically guaranteed. So as long as you just kind of keep strafing, right, you get the volley off, you bring it back. You get the volley off, you bring it back. You get the volley off, you bring it back. You get the volley off, you bring it back, and you just keep doing that over and over. You're going to end up whittling down the opponent. Like, look at that. He had so much more military than us, and now he just has nothing. And so he's going to feel, look at this, desperate to try and keep up, and he's just going to have to make a lot more units, is what he's going to think, right? But now he's having a really hard time getting up to his tier 2 mexes, which he's been giving pretty quickly, but I'm already way ahead by the look of things. You love to see it. So we just keep on lancing. He's trying to like trade his commander away. I say, please God, no. Because, yeah, it would have sucked to lose all my lances there. Kirino is doing a very good job holding the line, giving me these LLTs as really the bulk of the army. I love mixing in the hives. I think, honestly, Legion is kind of a little... Once you start to understand the bread and butter of Legion, I think it feels pretty OP, especially when it's kind of in this lane structure where it's 2 players in a lane rather than just you. When you get to spam these lances with hives on top, it becomes very easy to get good harass out, right? Like, now I have this Medusa up with its ridiculous 1,000 range, by the way. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do? I've got my tech player who's online. He's come in with his tier 2 attack now. Lovely hounds. You love to see it. Jammer radar. Easy peasy. And look at this. Now the Medusas are just going to sit here getting value. Give me the value, baby. Look at that. There's your tier 2. Oh, is that a little heavy convertible tank boat? Well, that really sucks. If only it was a Medusa. Nerd. And I don't know if they changed this about the Medusa, but the way these missiles are heat-seeking is crazy. Immediately targeting enemy Medusa, by the way, in the fog. Very cool of me. They are very fog targetable, though, because that entire volley of missiles gets shown. So because I had 2 and he had 1, he gets owned, get wrecked. Another great thing about the lances is that, just like these rockets that the Medusas are shooting off, they have physical weight to them, so they actually push the enemies back. I then started making these gladiators, these skirmisher tanks. I didn't realize, by the way, again, huge range on this unit, by the way, 600 range. It really is a skirmisher. I was using it wrong right away, just kind of running it in like this. But it doesn't really matter, right? Like, as long as they're kind of taking aggro for us, the impact that the Medusas are having is just insane. The cone of fire on these things is so beautiful. You really can still get it off as you're running away, right? Like, okay, now we tilt. Pew! Bye-bye. All right, and we tilt back and we keep running away, right? The little micro of the Medusas is so crazy. I think Legion it's so hard to play against once it really gets going with these units, where the options don't really feel like they're there in the same way in Cortex and Legion. Like, you can really tell somebody loves these units. Because I just... the way that you can get resource efficiency with these Medusas and just putting some medium tanks in front, like, it's just crazy. Like, they're not, I mean, right, he's not microing, but these are just, any of these are just Wolverines. I think this guy is really throwing with his just continued Wolverine spam. But, it just, it's so hard. Now, obviously, we're almost dying on our Medusas. If enemy was doing much more damage to us, we'd be losing. So I should definitely be, like, microing these guys on, getting some repair on repeat on these boys. But just in general, right, though, now he's just making some tier 1 goblins. He's got all this metal, but he hasn't scaled his energy very well. Or actually, energy is just fucking him because it's all wind right now. Yeah, boy, I've got double his energy, and I'm able to actually produce because I believe in advanced solars, baby. I'm a believer. I'm so stupid and brain dead with my commander right now. I'm just like, oh, yeah, let me just make some wins. I really could be going into a fusion. I mean, poor Dark Blue, this is the position you hate to be in, where you're floating so much metal, and it's like, oh my god, please just let me get this fusion reactor up. Please, for the love of God, just let me get a fusion reactor up. Like, why can't I even have a fusion reactor right now? I was really freaking out at this moment, because as it turns out, none of these units are actually good against shurikens, but thank god it was literally only ticks. Look at this shit. 150, 92 HP, 92 HP, baby! This is why you mix in the tier 1. This is what it's for. Whew, get the ticks off of our asses, and our triple upgraded 30 kill, 27 kill Medusa continues to rampage on and forward. I mean, it's just nasty. I am begging for healing. I don't think any is going to come, but it doesn't matter anymore, as on the other side, we're now pushing through Farsight because he has just been way too greedy. He finally has some tier 2 up, but it's just not going to have the impact required now because Sleepy Tortoise has already literally been destroyed by yours truly. So the rest of our team has found this beautiful gap, by the way. I mean, it's really, they do deserve credit. This beautiful gap to get right into this back line. Bad micro. These welders are getting huge value, actually. You love to see it for the blue team. Give them a little chance. Give them a little chance. Now we're back into Medusas because I have determined that they might be the most overpowered unit ever. I mean, look at that! What the fuck? Disgusting. Yo, Antoteka is calling it out. What the fuck is that? Whoa, dude, it's so gnarly. That is so fucking gnarly. I mean, honestly, if Thunderstruck had made Medusas ahead of me, I don't know how we ever win this game. Oh god, I'm about to feed all my shit. No! Play the game! Turn him around! Oh god! That's what I get. Still get a fantastic trade on these welders, honestly. And it's okay, the next 2 Medusas are already arriving. And I wanted to try the Napalm, but, I mean, seeing as the Napalm is 1100 range and the Medusa is 1000, I just don't think that it's really worth it. Like 30 damage a second over 90 seconds, over 9 reload seconds. It's kind of late. Like 30 DPS. I don't really know if this Inferno is ever really good. Like, what would I want this for?
Battle ended.
Then look at this beautiful number, ladies and gentlemen, 2.23. This is the metal efficiency of winners! But I mean, really, these Legion units are something else. It's got to be said. It's got to be said. It's disgusting. I really didn't even, like, look at this. I barely made any resources, but I just blew this guy out of the water. He wasn't really catching up with me, but blew him out of the water, and then Dark Blue crashed right back down to Earth where he belonged. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this kind of gets you thinking, right? Like, healing your units, microing back. The more units you have that get to shoot, and the more damage you get out of each one of your units, the more you're going to be winning, right? Because until the 25 plus minute mark, people don't have access to enough metal to even like think about, going too crazy. By the way, let's give ourselves a little bit of credit. We were expanding outwards, taking our tier 2 mexes. Way to go, me. Of course, we weren't protecting anything because the writing was on the wall. But of course, you'd always want to get a little bit windier with me. Let out those burps, but also make some tier 2 defenses to hold these beautiful new tier 2 mexes that we have just made. Ladies and gentlemen, trying to keep your shit alive. It helps. It makes things easy. I love that one of the air player was going nukes and long range plasma. Oh, wow. That is a nasty spot for it. I bet over here is probably pretty good too on this hill for a little long range plasma cannon. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Maybe we won't be playing this bullshit faction known as Legion. Maybe we will. Ta-ta.